The first thing we're going to do after adding our background, our little background strip and our 3 photos, is to add some mats to our photos. So it's really easy to do. Make sure that one of your photos is selected, then click Mat. You will see this window open up that will allow you to edit that mat. So you can change the size, you can make it super thick or super thin. I'm going to do mine right about here at a 3. Now if I double click this little color box, it will bring up the color window. This is where you can change the color of that mat. So I can pick any one of these swatches. I can play around with some other of these options, but my favorite is the picker. I love, love, love this picker. If I bring my mouse over here, it will allow me to scroll around my page and find a color that I want to use that's going to match the colors of my page perfectly for my mat. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this kind of taupey white color. And now I want to apply this mat to all photos on my page. So I'm going to click Apply Photos to all photos on this page. Now I want you to keep in mind something that you may not know. When I brought in this additional background and added it here, MemoryMixer treats that little background strip as a photo. So all the properties that photos have, that strip now also has. So you'll see, just keep that in mind, you'll see that that little background strip also has a mat that is added to it. So there you see I have my 3 little photos with a really thin little mat, and then I have this background strip. Now it's really easy to go ahead and adjust one of your photos, or as you're going to see me do right now, I'm going to adjust the mat of this background strip. So I'm going to come in here to mat again. This time I want to make it super, super thick, and I'm going to change this color to, I think I'm going to do a green. So again, I'm going to come into the picker. I'm just going to pick out one of those greens. So I really like adding a background, adding an additional background and using it this way, because it allows you to do a lot with it. It allows you to add mats and do some other things that you would to a photo, which is really fun, and you can really customize your page. So the next thing we're going to do is add a drop shadow to our photos. So again, when I select to do this for all photos on the page, it's also going to add the drop shadow to this background little strip. So keep that in mind. I'm going to click drop shadow here. Then I want this kind of a subtle drop shadow, so I'm going to just change my opacity. Again, you can play around with this however you'd like. And don't forget, you can move your drop shadow around. So if you want it to come in from the bottom or the side, I want to just do mine kind of a little all around drop shadow. So I'm just going to kind of center it there. And I'll bring it up a little so you'll be able to notice it a little bit more. And then I'm going to apply to all photos on this page. We'll click OK, and you will see that a drop shadow will be applied to my little background strip and then to my 3 photos. So drop shadows are a great way, obviously, to make your photos really pop off your page and really kind of add a finishing touch. So, and it's great when you can do a little extra and add a drop shadow to this little background strip. I think that looks really great. So go ahead and work on adding mats and drop shadows to your photos.